Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Hi, I'm Patrick, a digital engineer here at TWiT, and I am reviewing the Diamondtab 360 Universal Racing Gaming Wheel Stand. This is an iPad stand that can be used as a racing wheel for any racing games, flying games, anything where you need to tilt the iPad to play the game. It's compatible with the iPad, iPad mini, or any other tablet that ranges from 7 to 10.1 inches. On the box of this product, they list that it can be used for racing games, flying games, or lifestyle. On the other side, they say it can be used in the living room, kitchen, or office. Now, I'm not sure what they intend the office use for. I mean, if you're going to use this as a stand, it's kind of a bit elaborate to just use as a stand. It's a racing wheel. I tried out this game with Real Racing by Electronic Arts and Firemint, and the game did improve my scores. Now, I don't know if it was just chance, but through a series of tests, I did discover that I did seem to do a lot better when I was using the wheel, because it restricted my movements to back and forth, left and right, and not putting the iPad all over the place. The steering wheel operates by using a ball and socket joint, so it allows a free range of movement up and down and left and right. It does come with an additional spring that you can put inside if you want to increase the tension. The bottom of the device has soft pads to prevent marking your furniture and also to try to hold it in place. It doesn't have suction cups like I've seen some racing wheels have. So I did find that with a little aggressive action, the edge of the controller does come off the table. Also on the bottom, I noticed there's a battery compartment, but this doesn't need batteries. So that was a bit odd, but I think that's because there's also a Bluetooth edition for an extra $10 that has speakers in the base, but I didn't test that version. Your tablet connects to the racing wheel by using clamps at the top and bottom of the iPad. It's released using a switch on the back side. The clamps can be tightened to make it looser or tighter depending on the height and width of your iPad or tablet. One problem I did discover after racing for a while was that due to the design of the device, my fingers on one hand got really tired. Because it's an asymmetrical design, and I was holding my fingers even on both sides, one side had a nice tight grip, while the other side, my fingers got a little bit smushed and were uncomfortable. And the only way to hold this that was comfortable was to hold it like off center, but that results in the iPad being diagonal. Now, I realize I may not be in the target age for this device, so what I did was I flew to Maine and had my 8-year-old niece try this out and see what she thought. My niece isn't a licensed driver, obviously, and she doesn't play a lot of racing games, but she really did enjoy the driving wheel. She found that while she played, if she wasn't using the wheel and she was just playing with the iPad by itself, she was swerving all over with her entire body and arms, and it was more difficult to control the turns for her. But once she had the use of the wheel, it restricted her to the actual turning of the device. Although I did notice she did have the same problem I had, where the device would come off the table for sharp turns. The racing wheel runs $59.99, which is a bit expensive. For $10 more, you can get the Bluetooth version with speakers. I wasn't able to test the sound out of that, but it's an available option. Pros and cons on this. On the pro side, it seems to improve my race times. I did notice better scores when I was using this device as opposed to when I was using the iPad on its own. It's also adjustable for 7 to 10.1 inch tablets, and kids love it. As for cons, it is overpriced. It's a piece of plastic and it's $59.99. Also, it doesn't stay level on the table. There's no suction cups or any sort of clamp or grip to keep it attached to the table, so it tends to lift off if you're getting a bit aggressive. And the grip is uncomfortable due to the asymmetrical design. Fingers get a little smashed. My niece didn't have this problem because her fingers are smaller. So buy, try, or don't buy. My niece gives it a buy, but I'm going to have to give it a try because it's just a bit uncomfortable and it's expensive, but if you play a lot of racing games, this may be the device for you. As for me, I don't play nearly frequently enough to warrant $60 on this. I'm Patrick, and this has been my review of the Diamond Tab 360 racing wheel.